Hello and greeting from Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. My name is Mohd Sobri Takriff, and I would like to thank the organizer for the opportunity for us to share how we manage our endowment fund for various sustainability initiatives. I'll begin with a brief introduction of our institution, which is Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, or fondly known as UKM. UKM is a comprehensive university that was established in 1970. So this year we are celebrating our 52nd anniversary. And UKM is one of the 5 designated research universities in Malaysia, which means that we are getting additional funding to carry out various research activities. As some of the major statistics about the university, we have close to 30,000 students, where 33% of our students are masters and PhD students, while we also have slightly more than 2,000 academic staff. I'll continue with the endowment, how we manage the endowment itself. But before that, let me start with a brief background on our endowment. Obviously, an endowed fund is highly coveted by any university because it provides sustained funding for their initiatives. So by definition, endowed funds are funds that was given by a donor that is managed by a university so that they can carry out their activities in perpetuity, meaning they can have a continuous funding resources. For us, the money that we receive from Samdabi Foundation, so our partner is actually Samdabi Foundation, which is the charity arm for the Samdabi companies. And we manage it as a wakaf, where the capital fund that we receive from Samdabi is actually invested, and we only use the dividend for our activities such as research activities, capacity building, community and industry program, and this allows us to have a sustained financial resources for our activities. The funding given by Samdabi Foundation came in a package of 10 years. So the first 10 years was from 2011 to 2020. And I'll continue with the second 10 years towards the end of our presentation. For the first 10 years, we are grateful to Samdabi Foundation for giving us 2 endowments, not just 1, but 2. The first one on climate change, an endowment of 5 million so that we can address various climate change challenges, and we are focusing on the adaptation and the mitigation of climate change. While the second endowment that we received from Samdabi Foundation was for work on sustainable development, specifically focusing on zero waste practices at the palm oil mill. And the challenge that was given to us was that there shouldn't be any pollution going to the air, to the water, and the ground. And with the dividend that was given to us, we invested the money, and the total amount of funding that we received and spent for the first 10 years was slightly more than 34 million ringgit, which is equivalent to $7.5 million US. And that comes from 33%, which is from the dividend money, which is 11 million ringgit. And then we also received another 2.9 million ringgit from Samdabi Foundation for scholarships. These are meant for postgraduate scholarships, masters and PhD. And from Samdabi Plantation Research, we received another 5.4 million ringgit for the development and operation of zero waste pilot plant at their mill. And we also secure an additional funding from various sources, including from the government, from the industry, and the university itself. And this is amounted to 14 million ringgit. And this is what we did for the money that we received from the dividend as well as from the other funding sources. We use it, obviously, the first one for capacity building, because human is one of the pillars of the sustainability, the 3 pillars of sustainability. So capacity building is very important for us to forge ahead in terms of sustainability initiative. We also carry out various community engagement program, as well as industry engagement program. And the work that we did at that time for all the first 10 years, focusing only on 2 themes, which are climate change and zero waste. And the money that we receive from the endowment allow us to carry out various initial research, and with that we are able to acquire additional funding from various sources, the government, the industry, and so on. And some of the money also used for overhead costs. This is actually for maintaining our resources. That include human resource as well as research facilities and resources. And for the last 10 years, we embarked on 4 flagship initiatives, which are focusing on the industry, the public, the community, and the university itself. For the industry, we developed the zero waste technology, and we came up with 3 major IP that could actually recover water from their mill operation. We can generate renewable energy, as well as generating organic fertilizer in a shorter period, as well as lower cost, which is very important for their plantation. And for the community, we embark on 1 million trees planting. This is obviously working with a local bank, working together with local bank. And again, to create awareness and the need for us to protect our green areas and so on. And for the public, we have developed what we call a local database portal. Hopefully will be a one-stop curation portal on climate change research. And this is still an ongoing initiative because we started a bit late due to the all the works that we have to carry out before we can actually establish the database portal. And within the university itself, or within UKM campus itself, I'm pleased to share that we run what we call sustainable garden. And this is actually very interesting because we are using the resources that we obtain from the campus, for example, food waste and so on, as organic fertilizers. And then we have a small plot at our campus that actually could generate enough vegetable to supply our cafe, where the student can actually get their vegetable for free for their lunch on campus. And these are some of the outcomes and impact of our work for the past 10 years in terms of human capital development. We managed to train 79 students. This includes 35 PhD and 44 master students. In terms of publication, we produced more than 200 publications with more than 30,000 citations. We involved 30 international experts and developed collaboration within ASEAN countries, ASEAN nation, as well as the European countries. We organized sustainability challenge that more than 1,000 participation, as well as more than 5,000 participation in public lectures. And we also organize internship program, professional attachment, as well as exchange program, inbound and outbound. And for the moving forward, for the next 10 years, what we did actually together with Sam Foundation, we merged the 2 endowments, the climate change and zero waste endowment, into one endowment, which is known as UKM-YSD Endowment for Sustainability. So the focus is still on those things, on climate change and so on, but we go beyond that. In addition to climate change and zero waste, we embark on what we call smart circular solutions, which is based on circular economy to ensure that we optimize our resources and we minimize our waste. And one key aspect in our initiative for the next 10 years is the capacity building, especially focusing on sustainability literacy. And this is the framework for us to move forward for the next 10 years. We'll be focusing on climate change, looking at the sustainability literacy, climate change adaptation strategies, climate change mitigation strategies, the smart circular solution for the industry to enhance their efficiency and productivity, as well as development of the green conversion technologies, and how we how the industry can adopt or use the intelligent system, automation system for their processes. And obviously this is done through smart partnership between the university, industry, and the community. And the focus for our work for the next 10 years will be focusing on SDG 1, 4, 9, 7, 12, and 13. And these are the desired impact. Hopefully we can have impact on the government policy on climate change, assist the industry to have more efficient and increase their productivity, inculcate behavioral changes in our community, adoption of the zero waste technology that we have developed the last 10 years, as well as forging the smart partnership between university, industry, and community. And this is the some of the activities that we've carried out for the first few years. And I think everybody aware that in 2020, we actually have a major challenge globally with the pandemic. So we have, at the chair, we have to be creative how we're going to move our activities during the pandemic. So we actually embarking on various online knowledge disseminations through either seminars, through sustainability talk series. In fact, some of our researchers even appear on national radio to speak on sustainability issues and challenges, and how we can actually move forward as a nation on tackling sustainability challenges. And this is just to share how we managed to actually take advantage of the sustainable garden that we have on campus. This is actually just to show, the video show how the vegetables that we produce on our garden that is used by next door cafe to be given to our students. And we also use the garden to train our community, nearby community and school children on how to practice sustainability even at home. And the photo on the left shows that the school children harvested the vegetables, and the photo below shows that we also train them how to cook healthy food from the garden. And on the right, the students are actually trained how to plant vegetables of plants that can be done at home. And the bottom photo shows how we train them to develop home biogas system by composting, as well as taking advantage of the biogas that is produced from composting. So this is my last slide. So in conclusion, the endowment that we received from SAMDABI allow us to have a win-win partnership with the community as well as the industry. Obviously, it is something that is very useful. That's why our funder is more than happy to extend the funding for another 10 years up to 2030. And the funding also allows us to continue with our human capital development and creating impacts through knowledge, obviously, because we are a university. So the main focus of university is generating new knowledge. And through this endowment, we managed to actually have impact on the community and the industry from the knowledge that we generated. And finally, the endowment actually allows us to have a sustainable funding, because we are talking about sustainability. If you don't have sustainable funding, it's very difficult for us actually to have a sustained resources, sustained activities to ensure that what we targeted in terms of the sustainability initiative can be reached. With that, thank you so much. I end my presentation, and I'm very grateful that for the opportunity for us to share what we have done at Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia to contribute toward the sustainability. Thank you so much.